It's a lot. Somebody was calling me while I'm in the middle of this. But anyway, and it says in verse 21, and all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. And that's because of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, like I was saying. You pray for that wisdom. The Lord gonna test you, gonna try you out, gonna put you through some adversity, see if you're really ready. Next thing you know, your mind just gonna open up on a high level and you start knowing all type of stuff. And people see it too, they'll wonder like, damn, what's so different about this guy? Like, what are you doing? What do you know? I'm gonna read on some more. Bear with me 1 minute, I'm about to go to it. And these some more key points too, just to talk about this light, because it's talking about consciousness and enlightenment. So, in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 26, it says, "For she, and wisdom, also is synonymous with the name Sophia," which, a little quick testimony, the first girl that I ever dealt with, her name was Sophia. And what do you know? Years later, I'm seeking Sophia. But the wisdom Sophia. And it says, "For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror, of the power of Yahweh, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of Yahweh and prophets. They say, for Yahweh loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom." Let me see. Yeah, you read on even more, man. Wisdom of Solomon, it go heavy into it, and that's what I wonder. See, it's crazy I'm making these videos and people want to hit me up now, but they can wait, man. I just want to bring this out while it's fresh in my mind. And I happened to get this. Somebody texted to me and they was asking me about some stuff because, they was inquiring about some information because they knew that I knew. So I wanted to make sure I point them in the right direction about something. You go down to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, and verse 7, it says, "And if a man love righteousness, or labors of virtues, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as one can have nothing more profitable in their life." So seeking that wisdom, man, and you're gonna shine, man. People gonna see that. Sometimes I be out in public, I just see people, they might just be staring, just looking. I just catch them looking, and I know when they about to look. Like I look literally when they about to look. Let's see, it's another scripture I want to go into. And this was what I was going into to I would watch these videos or whatever. It's in the book of Wisdom of Solomon 2, also chapter 8, verse 21. Say, "Nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, except Yahweh gave her me, and that was a point of wisdom also to know whose gift she was, I prayed unto the Lord and besought him with my whole heart. I said," and it's basically going into the prayer that was said, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, O Yahweh of my fathers, the Lord of mercy, who has made all things with thy word and ordained man through thy wisdom, that he shall have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, and order the world according to equity and righteousness, and execute judgment with an upright heart. Give me wisdom that sitteth by the throne, and reject me not from among thy children. For I, thy servant, and son of thy handmaid, and a feeble person, and of a short time, and too young for the understanding of judgment and laws. And you know, you could read on even more into it, but just praying for that and asking for that, it'll definitely come to you. Let me see what other scripture I'm going to. And this this is scripture I was talking about too in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. In verse 4 it said, For until a malicious soul wisdom should not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. So having this wisdom, man, is definitely a precious thing, because the stuff that's about to happen on this earth, you're definitely gonna need it. And then, how about seeing, I was trying to open up your mind so you can actually really see. You'll have visions, dreams. You'll see stuff manifesting in society. Like, for example, the other video I made, a lot of Akim been seeing heavy military equipment being shipped around. Hey, they ain't shipping that around go cross sea. They shipping that around for the people that's over here. Because when shit hit the fan, like the scripture say right here in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, in chapter 3, verse 19, say, For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. So it's going to be some horrible shit happening. You devils got guillotines, sonic weapons, lasers, all type of shit, man. They finna use against people. They ain't using that against people cross seas. Let me see, I'm gonna go down some more. Let's just go a little more into detail. This video might be a little bit long, but I just want to get this point out because, like I said, this wisdom is definitely key. And the wisdom of these scriptures and applying it, like knowing what to eat, what not to eat, knowing how to fast, knowing the names to call on. Hold on one moment. I'm trying to find something else. It's in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Solomon chapter 6. We start at verse 14 and say, whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. And you go up some more, it says, I'm going to go down a little bit. It says in verse 16, it says, for she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, sure of herself favorably, until them in the ways, and meet of them in every thought. So you make wise decisions when there's wisdom dwelling in you. I just want to speak on that while I read on this article. I ain't going to dwell too much longer on that, but I'm going to read down a little bit more on this article. It said, but one of the most exciting implications is the discovery that our brains can produce light is that maybe our consciousness and spirit are not contained within our bodies. This implication is completely overlooked by scientists, which is false, because the bodies that we are in are a vessel. That's why it's considered to be a temple. That's why the scriptures say don't defile your temple, because this where your spirit dwells at. So for them to say these science is full of shit. But anyway, it says this implication is completely overlooked by scientists. Quantum entanglement says there are two enlarged photons. Reactive one of the photons is affected no matter where the other photon is in the universe without any delay. Maybe there's a world that exists within light, and no matter where you are in the universe, photons can act as portals and enable communication between these two worlds. Maybe our spirit and consciousness communicate with our bodies through these biophotons. And the more light we produce, the more we can awaken and embody the wholeness of our consciousness now. That's these Edomites going off. They doing extra shit. That's part of the reason why they trying to find antimatter and all that shit. But anyway, it says this can explain the phenomenon and why the state of a photon is affected simply by consciously observing it, as it is proven in many quantum experiments. And that's what they like to do, experiment. If they can't experiment with it, basically it don't exist in them. They say maybe our observations communicate something through our biophotons with the photon that is being observed. In a similar fashion as quantum entanglement, like the light, it's just one unified substance that is scattered throughout our universe and affected through each light particle. Of course, nothing of this is ever close to being a theory. By asking questions and shooting such metaphysical hypothesis, once again, they go with this hypothesis shit, so it might lead us closer to the truth and understanding of what consciousness is, where it comes from, what are the mysteries that hide within light. Now, the scriptures doesn't say that, where it come from. And that's why it's key to know exactly where it's come from. I'm gonna read it one more time to say where it come from. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 21, it says, nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, except Yahweh gave her me, and that was a point of wisdom also to know whose gift she was. I prayed unto the Lord and besought him, and with my whole heart I said, and go back into the prayer. When you look at the word, and we'll go into the word wisdom too, just for edification's sake. named Sophia. It says a borrowing from the Greek. Sophia is directly derived from Sophia, wisdom, and skill. It said the name has been in common use in England since the 17th century when it was bestowed upon an infant daughter of James I. And that's basically what it is, man. That's why when you read the scriptures, it refers the wisdom as her. And that's what it go back to. Now, I'm just in this off with this last scripture in the book of Isaiah. Because the shit is about to pop off in America, man. You can see it. People are more impatient. Scripture said the love of many shall wax cold. A lot of people don't be showing no love out there, man. If they do, it'll be fake love just so they can try to scheme later on. Let me go to the scripture real quick. Oh, and another thing that got something to do with that light too. Let's see, before I end this off, in the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12, it said, "Will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir." And they ain't just talking about the ordinary man either. When we look at the gold of Ophir, it's supposed to be like the rarest gold, the purest gold on the earth. And that's how it shines. And the reason why he's gonna shine is certain men gonna shine like that. It's because of his wisdom. Especially when you know more people gravitate towards you and they want to know what you know. And I know it right off bat, but I just want to get it for edification's sake so somebody else can go to it. But basically the scripture says wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that tongue. Because the times that we coming into, we gonna need it. Hold on 1 minute. Let me find this real quick so I can end this off. I know I got it marked. I'm kind of sitting in the area where I ain't got no much light in here either, so I probably don't overlook it on me. I'm gonna just pull it up because it's in my mind. with the actual verse number in my mind. Let's see. What God said, chapter 33, verse 6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is a treasure." And that's going to be key, man. Knowing what's really going on, not getting caught up in this dumb shit. Because we live our lives and do our stuff like that or whatever. But you gotta have balance. You gotta know what really matters and what really don't matter. Before I end this video, I want to go into one more scripture to talk about shining. And why does wisdom make you shine? It's in the book of Daniel. Any other outcome, they probably know exactly what I'm about to go into. It's in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 3. It says, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever." Yeah, man, just to end it off. You go down to verse 10, it says, "Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand." So, man, seeking that wisdom, man, it's key. Y'all about to y'all try you out to see if you're ready to. Some people have to be wise in wickedness, and you can be wise in righteousness and use it for a better cause. So, Lord's willing, this was edifying, and I'll make some again later on. Call out y'all about y'all show. Shalom to the elect, shalom to the apostles and all the other elders and the teachers bringing out His word. And Lord's willing, He put a spirit on these devils to go ahead and get this stuff over with, so we can be back in our kingdom, man, and be ruling how we supposed to be, walking on that gold, chilling in gold houses, having our women in order, kids in order, breathing real air and drinking real water. Shalom.